My daughter-in-law made up a story that makes my husband sound like the next coming of Drake, and she started spreading the rumor to her friends, and now I don't think I can ever forgive her because of how stupid her reason for doing it was. My sister, 35F, had a blended family with her bio son, her husband, Joe, 40M, and her stepdaughter, Kelly, 15F. I, 30F, would say it was still a work in progress for them, but we all accepted and included Joe and Kelly into our lives. A few weeks ago, my husband and I organized a little get-together at our place to celebrate my birthday and for people in our family to spend time with our 6-month-old son. The people present were my sister and her family plus our parents, so very intimate and chill. Everything went well and nothing out of the ordinary happened. But some days after the gathering, my nephew Kevin came to our house and asked to speak to me about something concerning. For info, Kevin and Kelly attend the same school and have some mutual friends. My nephew told me that Kelly has been telling her friends that during the gathering she has seen her step-uncle's, my husband's, organ. She claims she was in the bathroom, my husband entered without knocking, and he had his organ outside his pants, and this is how she ended up seeing it. This is absurd because my husband does not do this even when we are alone in our home, and honestly, who does that when they know they have guests over? So I asked everybody who were present that day to meet at my parents' house and confronted Kelly. She started crying and confesses she lied to her friends. According to her, all of her girlfriends have already had some sort of intimacy and experiences, and she had none by this point. So she invented this story to look cool in front of her friends. I lost it. I called her a disgusting poss, a psychopath, and told her she risked my son's father's life just to boost her stupid social life among her friends. I told the rest of my family that going forward I will never bring my family near Kelly again. The consequences for this girl came fast. My nephew told everybody at school the truth. My sister and Joe went to school and informed the principal about what happened, so in case any teacher hears that BS they know it's made up so they don't take action. My parents cut contact with her and will not host her in their house anymore, and my sister refuses to have Kelly live with them, so she was permanently moved to her mother's place. Before you start judging my sister for this, please keep in mind that she has a bio son who needs to be protected. If Kelly could so easily invent and tell those things about my husband, who can guarantee she will not lie about her stepbrother too? Now Joe is obviously hurt and torn about everything that happened. He keeps telling me that Kelly is depressed and wants to apologize to my family, but I keep refusing. I explained to him that I don't need her apology and she shouldn't waste her time with this because I will never forget what happened or move past it. Joe keeps begging me to forgive her because she is just a stupid teenager, and maybe if my sister sees me forgiving her she will be willing to eventually accept Kelly back. I told Joe that a stupid teenager can have the power to ruin a man's life and reputation, so I am not risking it. Also, I fully support my sister and I want to protect my nephew too. Before Kelly was moved to her mother's, Kevin stayed with me and my husband for some days. So I don't regret my decision at all. I stand by everything that I said, but I feel bad for my Bill. Regardless of how messed up his daughter is, he is a great guy, respectful, and he really values the concept of family and honesty. So I guess I want to ask if I was the jerk towards him? Commenter: Kevin showed his maturity here. He realized how devastating this lie could be for your husband. Commenter 2. The thing that everyone keeps forgetting is even though it sounds like an accident the way she told it, it could still end up with him being arrested and charged with indecent exposure to a minor. Even if found innocent, he would always have that stigma attached to him. People around here don't mess around when it comes to things like this. Update. Hi all. Thank you very much for your replies to my previous post. I really appreciate you taking time and helping me with your words, your experiences, and your feedback. I have received many messages from you asking me to update. We are all sure that Kelly lied, there is no debate there, no what if, no one has any doubts. I am not willing to forgive Kelly, I am not willing to allow her to apologize, I am not willing to ever have her near my family, meaning my husband and my son. My husband is not willing to do any of these things either. This is a shared decision and we will never have anything to do with this girl. Stop blaming me for what the rest of my family is doing. I do not command my parents, my sister, Kelly's father, or my nephew. If they cut contact with her, it was their own decision. We just told them our boundaries, but they can do what they want. Now into the update. As I said, I talked to my sister and some things are going to happen this week. First of all, Kevin is coming to our place tomorrow and will spend the entire week with us so that my sister and her husband can have time to sort things out. They plan to go visit Kelly at her mother's place, sit her down and tell her what is going to happen. My sister asked Kevin if he wants her to divorce or if he feels unsafe living with her husband. My nephew told her he does not want to ruin her marriage. He does not hate Joe even if he said it a couple of times. He does not feel unsafe with him, but he does not want to ever have to be near Kelly. My sister and Joe started working with a therapist to see if they can salvage their marriage, and it really helped them. So for the ones wishing them to divorce, they will not. The therapist explained to Joe that he can still have a relationship with his daughter while keeping his other family too. The only thing needed is for him to be willing to work for it. She also said that divorcing and giving up his own life and happiness is not a solution because where does it end? He divorces my sister, in a few years gets a new wife, and if Kelly does something again to that new family, is he going to once again give up everything he has and start over? He needs to see himself and Kelly as two different individuals with their own path in life. They don't need to be tied together to have a parent-child relationship, and he also needs to show to his kids that marriages are not jokes. You don't give up the first time something bad happens. So they decided to work together for their marriage. They will let Kelly know how things will be from now on, meaning Joe will continue seeing and supporting her, but she will live full-time with her mother. Her mother is on board with this. She was part of these discussions. Some Redditors suggested in the future Kevin can stay at my place if they want to have Kelly over, and I suggested this to my sister. I told her that our house will always be open for Kevin, so we can do that if Kevin also wants it. I don't think he will refuse since he enjoys spending time with us and his baby cousin, but we need to see how he'll feel for the girl to be in his house. Right now Kevin is also in therapy because he has been having nightmares and violent outbursts when he hears about Kelly, so this will not be suggested to him anytime soon. The last time he heard about her he had a panic attack, started crying and shouting that he hates her and wishes we never met her. I am confident that with therapy he will go back to his happy self, but baby steps, he does not need to be rushed right now. We are all focused on his well-being and mental health right now, and the summer break will be perfect for him. The girl will also be moved to a different school during this summer. This is for both her and Kevin because they will not need to see each other in school and she will avoid getting bullied. Her friends who she told the stories to went home and told the drama to their parents, so now Kelly is forbidden to ever go to these kids' houses since their parents don't want to risk it. I would want to say that I am surprised, but honestly I am not. No sane adults will have someone like her in their home and risk being accused of things. I'm also somehow happy the adults who were close to her in one way or another are aware of what is happening, so they are able to protect themselves and not have to face what we did. So that's pretty much it for now. I think I will keep updating if anything interesting happens. I'm excited to have my nephew here for the week. I will finally have my partner to game with since my boomer of a husband is not that much into games, so obviously not fun like Kevin.